Hi everyone, thank you and welcome to today's webinar, In-App Chat, Build versus Buy. If you're attending this webinar today, you're probably in the market trying to determine if you should build chat in-house or use a chat API. As a chat provider ourselves, we know building chat is very complex. We work with customers all around the world across a variety of industries who face this discussion that you're thinking about today. Today, we're going to hear from one of these global customers, Virgin Mobile. So we're super excited to be joined by Özgür Gemici, Senior Manager at Virgin Mobile UAE, in this webinar to learn about what he considered and evaluated to build Virgin Mobile's in-app customer support chat and how Virgin Mobile ultimately created a delightful omnichannel customer support experience for its users. So I'm Grace McLean. I'm the Customer Marketing Manager at Sendbird, and we're also joined by Sarang. You want to do a quick intro?
Hi, I'm Sarang Parmans. I'm the Product Marketing Manager at Sendbird.
Hey, Oz, do you want to say a quick hello to your audience?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining.
So feel free to ask questions on your control dashboard, and we'll answer them in the Q&A. We're also joined kind of behind the scenes by our sales engineer, Adam. Adam, you want to say a quick hello? Okay. Hey, Adam. He'll be doing the Q&A in the background. So if you have some technical questions, feel free to shoot them, and Adam will do his best to answer them throughout the webinar. Again, this webinar is being recorded. So for those of you who are attending and who are registered, we'll be sending the recording of it in a follow-up email. So before we jump into the meat of the discussion today, I just want to take a quick moment to introduce Sendbird. So Sendbird is the world's #1 chat API. We power chat for some of the most innovative startups and leading modern businesses such as Gojek, Reddit, Meetup, Hinge, Carousel, Yahoo Sports, Livongo, Virgin Mobile, and so many more. So we work with over 15,000 businesses, and our infrastructure powers chat for over 90 million active users, sending 1 billion messages every year. We're also backed by Iconic Capital, Tiger Global, Shasta Ventures, August Capital, and so many others. All right, Sarang, over to you, my friend.
Thank you for the introduction, Grace, and thank you, Oz, for taking the time to be with us today. To build or to buy is such a crucial decision for development teams as they begin their journey to build messaging functionality to power modern use cases. We've spoken to a couple of hundreds of development teams around the world and have come to the conclusion that 5 factors become really important when making that decision. These are time to market. How soon do you need a functional chat application to achieve your business goals? Chances are, if you're building for the modern consumer, you want to chat yesterday. Cost. Building a basic chat service is just the start, but have you factored costs for long-term maintenance, troubleshooting, and the complexities of upgrading the service to keep up with the rising user expectations? Scale. You might just be starting out your venture, but no one starts a business to reach 100 or 1,000 users. You're probably building a service that will scale to a high number of users. Sure, you started building chat for a couple of hundred users, but the question to really ask is, can you scale your chat service reliably as your business starts to grow and expand rapidly? That has been a super important consideration for a lot of our customers. Then we look at scope and customizations. Can you flexibly build chat into your workflow without affecting other teams' priorities? Does internal alignment take a lot of time? Further, customers are now accustomed to advanced chat options, including read receipts, ability to send emojis, share videos, images, thumbnails, integrate with other services, automated messages, moderation capabilities. And the list just keeps going on. Have you scoped out the complete requirements and dependencies involved in building chat? And finally, you've got to think about risk. Risk comes in various forms. Business risk. How soon do you need chat to keep your business competitive? Security risk. Can you build a service secure enough for its prospective application? And then, if you start thinking about turnover in teams, losing team members can affect knowledge required to maintain and the product. So there's a host of risks involved. So in today's discussion, we'll dive into a lot of these factors in detail with our conversation with Oz. We'll also be sending you a white paper and a build versus buy assessment, which Adam will talk about at the end, which will help you dive into the details of evaluating your build versus buy decision. Without any further ado, let's get started with the conversation. Oz, welcome. Can you tell us? Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do at Virgin Mobile?
Yeah, so my name is Özgür Gemici and I work for Virgin Mobile UAE. I look after in-life customer experience, and I also help the company to create a digital customer experience and customer service model.
Awesome, awesome. So, as you're building this customer service model, can you tell us a little about what were you really trying to build for improving the customer experience in the application?
Yeah, sure. So Virgin Mobile UAE is the first fully digital, fully app-based mobile service in the UAE. And as part of our app-based, fully digital app-based proposition, we decided to digitize our customer service, and we want to deliver support to our customers over the app. And the best way to do is actually to have our own chat in the app. In-app chat, in general, I believe it's the most important element of digital customer service because it's continuous. The customer and the agent don't have to be available at the same time to be able to communicate. Customers can send a message, they can continue their life, and when the agent replies, they can pick up from where they left. So it's really amazing, and it's personal. It's more engaging. It can embed screenshots and media, emojis. Plus, it's secure. Customers are already in the app. You don't need to verify them. When they send a message, you know who they are, their numbers, all their details, all the conversation history, previous tickets are there. So it's a big plus for agents. So yeah, and also being an app-based company and the popularity of messaging apps helped us moving towards this direction.
Right. Wow, that's an amazing scope to think about for serving customers. So when you had this entire plan scoped out to building in-app messaging in your application, clearly you had the strategy, clearly you had the scope laid out. What were the next steps from there on? Did you have a conversation with your internal engineering teams at Virgin Mobile about building this in-house?
Yeah, before we made the decision, we had a discussion with our tech team. Tech teams usually they have the desire to build in-house. They are very excited about building things. But then after some serious discussions, we realized that building a chat API is actually very complex. It's not only about building a chat API, because our long-term vision was to have a multi-channel digital messaging platform, which means it would require support, maintenance, ongoing updates. So it's a commitment for the lifetime of the product. And even having dedicated resources is not enough, because you need someone with a special knowledge, you need know-how, and and having this discussion with the tech team is very important, because the worst thing I think is to start building and then facing the complexities and then giving up. It's loss of resources, loss of waste of time. Also, the internal priorities might change. So companies should be very careful when making the decision. Also, last but not least, we are an app-based company, and our core competency is the app, not anything else. So we should focus on allocating our resources on making mobile better. I think the only time a company should build their own software is when there's no solution in the market, or it's less complex project and you have the know-how and the resources internally.
Right, right. So you essentially spoke about resources. You essentially spoke about not having Virgin Mobile not having its core competency in chat, but its core competency in building its app and running the telecom business. It's always important to build towards your core competency and let another provider take care of the other complexities, whether it's chat or any other functionality. When you were out there in the market, what other chat solutions or what other in-app chat solutions did you evaluate? Or what was your set for evaluating a good chat solution?
So yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was a long process, and it took around 8 months, I think, and I talked to more than 50 providers. Finding the right vendor is not really easy process, especially if you are looking for a strategic partner. Our advantage was, I think, having crystal clear requirements. So we focused on our needs and rather than what suppliers trying to sell us. We were looking for a partner who can provide products that exceed our needs. A partner who will help us differentiate ourselves in the market or help us do things differently than the competition. And since the very first meeting we had with Sandbird, I think everything was very positive. So we are a startup company. We are digital. We are agile, same as Sandbird. So it was a DNA match. So we were really happy with the way the Sandbird team approached us and addressed our needs, to be honest. We shared our requirements and our vision with Sandbird. Shared our vision, and Sandbird came back with a feature rollout plan. A plan shows that what's launch ready and what will be delivered after launch, which was really amazing. And then they gave us a Virgin Mobile branded demo application, which is operating as it was working in our application. So we actually saw the product in real. So I mean, they really focused on Sandbird really focused on our needs rather than getting the contract signed, and where it was mostly the other way around with other suppliers. So I also noticed that others, I felt like we might having up what everyone is using if we work with other suppliers. So and then there's no way to differentiate ourselves in the market and offer unique features to our customers.
Right. So essentially, what you're saying is you kind of felt that having trust with a third-party provider, looking at them as an extension of your engineering team, is extremely important, or also having that flexibility in discussions and that agility in being able to roll out features or meet the customer's needs quickly is extremely important as you were vetting a third-party provider.
Yeah. And also the fact that the emphasis that you put on, your team knew what your main requirements were. You were very set on what you needed and you were not sold to on all the things that you didn't need. You came in with a very strong plan of this is what we're looking for. So that made that process more clear.
Yeah, that's correct.
Wow, great. And at any point of time, did time to market play a big role? Did scale play a big role in your decision?
Yeah, from a time to market point of view, I think it took 2 sprints for us to do the implementation, which is around a month. Each sprint runs for 2 weeks. It was very smooth, but this is not only technical implementation, but also all the app screen designs, marketing, preparing marketing comms, testing, training, all included. So Sandbird team shared all the documentation and SDKs, and our tech team did the implementation without any issues. It was very smooth and straightforward.
If you had to estimate how long it would have taken if your team built in-house, how long do you think that would have taken?
Probably just having an MVP would have taken like months, 6 to 7 months at least.
Wow.
And can you tell us a little bit about what this MVP would have been like, if you're comfortable sharing with the audience?
Well, MVP is just the ability to reply to incoming tickets from customers. That's it, nothing else.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So you're essentially saying that it would have taken anywhere between 6 to 7 months to build in terms of in-house effort. And you got that rolling in about 2 to 4 weeks with Sandbird.
Yeah. Also, I think you asked about scalability. And from scalability point of view, so since the day we launched the product, we've been onboarding customers. Our base is growing. We have more and more customers, and we keep adding new features. So from that perspective, we haven't had any issues with any performance or system issues. System is running amazing, and as I mentioned, more customers are coming in, and more features are being added every 2 or 3 weeks. So it's all great.
Right. No, that's amazing. That's great to know. Oz, can you tell us, so that was the MVP, but can you also tell us what was the long-term vision that you were going towards with in-app chat? In-app chat was just the start.
Yeah, in-app chat was the start. It was the core element of our support system. And then we were thinking about how we can turn Sendbird platform into a digital multi-channel messaging platform. So we believe in messaging. So it's not only chat, but it's also social messaging. You have customers contacting you through Facebook, through Twitter, Instagram. So we try to build a channel agnostic multi-channel support platform. And after we went live with chat API, the second channel was Facebook. Then it's Twitter, and then Instagram, and soon WhatsApp. We have web chat. We have the Facebook Messenger chat widget running on the website. So all the queries coming through these different channels going to the same platform and being automatically distributed to our agents, which is from operational point of view, it's very efficient and productive. So we are not only trying to make our customers happy, but we are also trying to make our agents happy. So if everybody is happy, we are happy.
Right. Wow. Thanks for sharing that insight, Oz. Oz, we've actually got a as I was going through, so some questions are popping up, which are very similar to what I was thinking about. Can you? So we were talking about scalability earlier. We were talking about multi-channel messaging earlier. Can you talk a little bit about the scale at which Virgin Mobile operates right now, and what's that kind of scale that needs to operate at for Virgin Mobile's customer base in terms of number of users, in terms of, I mean, you don't have to give us an exact number, but what's the scale that you're operating at?
Well, I can't really share the exact number of customers, of course, but a couple of 100K, let's say. And yeah, when we first started, we were getting around 200 tickets per day. Now it's around 1,000 tickets coming from customers from different channels. It's not only one channel, and it's all real time. It comes in seconds, and the reply goes out in seconds again. It's super fast. So yeah, from scalability point of view, we are very happy, and we'll definitely keep adding new features. We'll try to break the platform. Let's see.
Right. No, that's amazing. And we're building the platform so that that can be tested by high number of users. Awesome. So essentially, you launched this MVP, and of course, you're driving towards multi-channel support and multi-channel messaging. Tell us what happened to your customer experience after you added chat. What was the feedback that you started receiving from customers?
So yeah, so as a digital company, we were always looking for doing things differently. So we didn't want to have a traditional support methods like calls and emails. So we decided to drive more traffic to social messaging first, and then chat, and then we ended up having 80% digital contact. So then we saw a huge opportunity here. It was obvious that customers are very happy using our chat, and then we decided to close the phone line completely. So we are now almost 99% digital. We don't do calls at all. It's only through the chat. But this doesn't mean that we don't talk to our customers, of course. If someone contacts us through chat and says, "Can you call me?" we call the customers. But it's a better way of doing things, I think. And also in terms of customer satisfaction scores, our current CSAT is 4.5 out of 5, which is also amazing. And our NPS score jumped from 33 to 53, which is the highest in all the operators in the market. Yeah, so yeah, customer satisfaction, NPS scores, being digital, almost 100%. These are the outcomes of having chat API and other digital channels.
These are amazing outcomes, and these are great unheard of outcomes that you've been able to completely move away from a phone, email-based support to completely a digital chat-based support, and you're seeing such tremendous outcomes from your customers.
And so quick, in like months, it's incredible.
Right. Oz, are there any other non-support related interactions that that you've started to see with chat?
Yes, so we are always, as I mentioned, trying to come up with different unique use cases. And thanks to Sandbird engineering team, our latest feature is proactive chat. So normally only a customer can initiate a chat. It's reactive, and we decided to do it in a proactive way and contact customers through the chat. So we have a team here called Value Add Team. So these guys in the team trying to add value into our customers' life by contacting them and offering them better plans and helping them not to overspend and update their plan and spend less and have great value from the product. Also, they do upsell, cross-sell activities, retention activities. So normally companies do this by calling the customers, but if you call 10 customers and one of them answers, you're lucky. So we want to do this in a digital way, in a more engaging way, personal way, and less annoying way compared to calls or annoying marketing messages, which are not really personal. So we decided to send personal messages to customers like, hey, John, I see that you're spending X dollars this month. If you go for this plan, you spend like X amount less. And the response from customers were really great because it's personal. It shows customers that we care about them, and customer doesn't have to reply immediately. The message is always there in his inbox. They look at the message when they have time. They get a push notification, and that message turns into a two-way interaction, and sometimes end up with a phone call if customers want to call. So it's really effective. It's working out very well, and it's a very unique feature, reaching out to customers in a proactive and digital and engaging way.
Wow! We're adding really cool capabilities.
Yeah.
All right. Oz, what has so that's this is all amazing, and especially from a business outcomes perspective and from additional use cases and
Customer satisfaction.
Yeah, absolutely. From an internal perspective, looking inwards, what has the feedback been from internal teams, from development teams, from your leadership? How has going with a third-party provider affected things internally? Operations internally.
So, yeah, internally, all the partners are really happy with chat. It's really embraced by everybody in the company. It's highly supported by the senior management team. So whether we are designing a new product or new flow or feature, everybody's considering chat, either adding it as a button into the emails or product team when they are designing a screen. They always think about where and how to place chat icon or how we can utilize it in the app. So it's all really great. It was selected the best innovation in the company last year.
Wow.
And everybody, and everybody is really super happy about chat.
And that's tremendous. That's tremendous. So it's essentially what we're hearing is you've been able to rapidly innovate with chat, and it has been accepted not just by customers but internal teams. Now internal teams are getting behind adding chat in different workflows, and it's really starting to take off. Oz, you've shared you've shared with us your journey all the way from MVP to enabling multi-channel messaging, increasing scope, building proactive messaging. If it's okay to share, where is Virgin Mobile heading next with its customer interactions?
Well, time will show, but as I mentioned, we keep working closely with Sandbird engineering team, and we have a list of deliverables. Currently, there are more than 30 items in the list, and I really keeping you guys busy. So yeah, we keep adding new features. We are always looking at what's going on in the market. What are some innovative tools or products? We are now looking at having our own audio and video in the app in case customers want to have a call. Why not start it in the chat? So it's another option. So yeah, we are definitely always improving. Technology doesn't stop, and we never stop. So more and more features are on the way and coming.
That's exciting to know. And you're right, technology doesn't stop, and we continually innovate to both serve our users and customers better. We've got our audience out here who's looking for advice on build versus buy. What is some advice that you would like to give to our audience that is deciding between building their own chat solution or buying a chat API?
Actually, you know what? Let me do a quick little poll here that's kind of segues perfectly. Let's just see from our audience today, like who is currently looking to add chat or messaging to their application. And then I'd love to see what people's results are, and then let's talk about it. Oh, interesting. It's all right. The poll results are about to happen. They're coming in.
Yeah, so it seems like about 70% of our audience has chat on the roadmap. About 15% of them don't have it on the roadmap, but they're thinking about it. So that's about 90% of the audience who wants to build chat. That's an extremely important poll, and those are some great results. So, coming back to the original question, what is some advice that you would give to 90% of our audience who's actually looking to build this thing, deciding between building and buying a chat API to build chat in their application?
So yeah, I mean, build and buy decision really depends on your business needs, your business strategy, or your requirements. But when it comes to building a chat API, I would definitely recommend all the companies not to build it, because as I previously mentioned, it's really complex, it's hard work, and I think companies should focus on their core competencies rather than trying to build things inside, because there are many reasons that project might fail. I previously mentioned priorities might change, people might leave, and many other reasons. I mean, if you're a bank, focus on building banking products, improving your systems. Like, don't try to build a chat API, just leave it to the experts, and so your tech team can focus on your core competencies. That's what I would recommend.
Oh, amazing. And Oz, would you have any out of these factors, time to market, cost, scale, scope, and customization, risk? And we're also going to be asking our audience about a similar question in the poll quickly, and we'll get some results from them as well. But which of these would you suggest were the top priority for you, or would you also suggest to the audience should be the top priority for them?
Yeah, they are all important, but I would definitely go for scope, customization, and scale and flexibility, because without customization, I don't think you can create unique features and differentiate yourself in the market, and you would have what everyone else has. So what we are trying to do with Sendbird today is creating unique features for our customers. And from scale and flexibility point of view, again, if the platform doesn't support more customers or more new features, then there's a problem. It should definitely be scalable, so you can improve your service and customer experience.
That's incredible. I mean, our poll results are also showing similar results. About 60% of the audience believe that scope and customization are their top priority, and then scale and cost come as close seconds. So that's incredibly. I mean, that resonates with the audience a lot. Awesome. Thank you so much for the conversation, Oz. We'll now just move it over to Adam, our sales engineer, who will talk a little bit about our build versus buy assessment, and then we can open it up for questions and answers.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, thanks, Ron. So just to kind of piggyback off what Sarang had mentioned, for the people on this call, essentially myself and the Sendbird sales engineering team are excited to essentially offer this build versus buy assessment. We're essentially a process that we've gone through with countless of our customers in the past. This assessment should only take around 30 minutes at most, and it should prove to be an invaluable session for both you and your team. So please come with lots of questions. We'll be happy to address them, and we look forward to talking to you all. Thank you.